These are the 5 dream signs that you are really in love with them. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jesse Lyon. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, certified trauma hypnotherapist, and the internet's dream interpreter. And these are the things that you need to pay attention to in your dreams that are a surefire sign that you are head over heels in love with the person that you're dreaming about. A lot of people ask me this question and want to know the window of insight into their deeper psyche. Am I really in love with them, or is this just a fantasy? And while you may be the only one who can really tell that difference, these are some signs that are really kind of showing you that, yeah, you like them a lot and you might want to make your move. So number 1, reoccurring dreams. It's very normal to have strange dreams. You might be having a makeout with somebody or sex with somebody, but when they start to show up in your dreams on a consistent basis, it means that they are really saturating your mind and you are really thinking about them a lot. And that means that they've struck a personal and emotional chord, meaning that there's something about them that you just can't shake. There's something about the way that they are, something about the way that they behave that really is attractive to you in a way that your mind just can't let go. Even when you try and push them out through your conscious thoughts in your waking day, they still creep into your deeper consciousness and your dream consciousness. And that's something really worth paying attention to. Now, this isn't the only reason that you may have reoccurring dreams. Sometimes we have reoccurring dreams about trauma. Sometimes we have reoccurring dreams about not finding a bathroom where we can take a healthy shit. But the reason that this means love and the reason that those mean something else important is the same basic principle. There is something going on inside of your life that you need to take a step in correcting or fixing or addressing. And so if this person keeps popping up in your dreams, you need to do something about that. You need to either make your feelings known or, well, cut it off because you're not going to be able to get them out of your head. The same way that if you have trauma, your mind is going to replay that trauma scenario over and over again until you find a suitable solution. So that way you can be free from that emotional impasse and those shackles that are holding you back from living your life. Even a dream about not being able to find a bathroom is a reoccurring theme in your life that you don't have any way to release your stress and be creative. By the way, that's what bathroom dreams mean. If you were interested, now you know. So these reoccurring dreams show that there's some actions that you need to take because your mind keeps reminding you over and over. And coincidentally, your mind will continue to remind you over and over again until you do take those steps or something dramatically changes. Number two is you see yourself spending time together. It's very easy to have a sexual dream about somebody. It's very easy to have a romantic dream, even about somebody that you may not really want to have a romantic encounter with. But when you notice yourself spending time with them inside of your dreams, they show up and help you with something, or you're spending a meal together, or you're just doing even cute or even everyday things together, this is showing you that your mind may be really imagining a future with them. And that's something really truly beautiful. It's more than just a passing fantasy, a passing fling. Remember, your dreams are trying to prepare you for the future. So if you are seeing yourself spending time with them, well, there may be 2 things going on. One, you are seeing them more than just a romantic fling. You're seeing them as somebody that you could be spending your life with. And your mind is preparing you for that. And then 2, it's preparing you and thinking about the things inside of you that will be attractive to them, that might be a turn on for them, or ways that you may even need to change and develop, behaviors that you may need to do in order to be the right kind of fit for them. You may see yourself having some strange dreams where, maybe you're a very stoic and serious person, but you're out at a carnival, playing carnival games with your crush inside of your dreams. That can actually be very telling. Because even though that may not seem congruent with your character, your dream may be telling you, and your deeper consciousness may be telling you, hey, if you want to be with that kind of person, if you want to be with that kind of guy, you're going to have to loosen up a little bit. You're going to have to do some things that show that you're open to a romantic connection. Because if you're stoic and reading books and, not open to advances, well, they'll pass you by, or the kind of guy you'll attract will be the one who, well, doesn't respect your personal boundaries. And that's something to really think about as well. So that's number 2, seeing yourself spending time with them, just doing everyday things. Is your mind preparing you potentially for being their partner long term? More than just infatuation, maybe love. Number 3 is everyone's favorite, sexual or romantic encounters. Of course, This is one that we have to address. You know, your mind is going to fulfill the wishes that it wants in its everyday life. You know, you can see some of my other videos. We break down dreams into 4 categories, but this one really falls into the wish fulfillment category. When we go to sleep, our mind is trying to fulfill and trying to imagine the things that it wants and fulfill those wishes that it wants to achieve in our waking life. And so if you see some very attractive human being, not only just physically attractive, but romantically setting the tone and the safety and security and love and communication that you want in a sexual partner, well, your mind's going to gratify those desires, especially if you go to bed horny. I mean, you can't help that. A lot of dreams are sexual. And actually, fun fact, those people who sleep on their stomach are more likely to have sexual dreams because the bed comes in contact with more erogenous zones in that way. So, I mean, hey, do with that information what you will. I'm not judging. I think pleasure should be prioritized in your life. But this is a difference to be made here. There's a difference between sexual and romantic dreams with the person that you want, and then unwanted and confusing sexual and romantic dreams with somebody that you may not feel that kind of way for. Because, let me know in the comments if this happens to you, you may actually experience sexual and romantic dreams with somebody that you don't want to be with at all. Number one that comes to mind is your ex. You may be dreaming about sex with your ex, but that's not something that you want. A lot of people actually dream about sex with their boss, believe it or not, and that's not something that you want either. It's a whole mess. We won't even go into the complex attachment traumas of sleeping with your boss. But there's a difference between these two. When your mind is dreaming about sex with somebody that's kind of bizarre, maybe even sex with your best friend, that's also a very common one. Sex in that scenario is a representation for connection. You are trying to connect with an idea. So if sex with your boss is about connecting with power and authority in your life, sex with your ex is trying to connect with your past and process unfinished baggage, right? Having sex with your best friend is about, oh, I wish that I was more like them. I should learn to incorporate some of their personality characteristics into me because I could grow as a human being that way. But sex with your crush is a little bit different. Your mind is trying to, again, imagine the world and the type of relationship that it will want. What would it feel like to connect with this type of human being? And is trying to gratify those desires and think about those to avoid potential pitfalls and to overcome possible mistakes by imagining the ideal outcome. Think about it this way. A great basketball player, football player, soccer player, sports in general, that athlete will imagine hitting the perfect home run, scoring the perfect slam dunk, all of these things, and they'll really focus and almost imagine and visualize themselves executing the play the way that they would want to. Because by focusing on the outcome that they want in their mind, they are more likely to achieve that outcome in their waking life. Same thing happens with race car drivers, right? If you ever, study race car drivers or learn how they are taught, they're always told, don't focus on the barriers. Don't focus on the other cars. Don't focus on the things that you don't want to hit, because what you focus on is what you will go towards. And so if you're focusing on the barriers, boy, oh boy, you gonna crash. You gonna crash real hard. It's gonna be bad today. But if you focus on the gap that you want to hit, if you focus on the opening that's going to allow you to hit that finish line and reach first place, your body will execute in that direction. That's a huge thing. I've currently started riding motorcycles, and so that's a huge one. A lot of people fall on their motorcycles when they are taking a corner because they're not looking through the corner. They are looking at the, oh God, I don't want to hit the grass. Huge mistake. Your mind is trying to help you by imagining sex with your crush. Believe it or not, wild, but there's the psychology behind it. Number 4, intense emotions. The one difference between, one of the many differences that you'll see between different kind of sexual encounters or romantic encounters in dreams is romance pops up in dreams all the time, but intense emotions that happen during the romance with this crush, with this person you're thinking about, will separate it from a different kind of romance that might be more surprising. Because again, remember, the mind speaks both in the literal and in the metaphoric. And so literally, you may want to be with this person. But there's often times where you'll have a romantic engagement. You may even be dreaming about a wedding to somebody that doesn't even make sense, maybe even a faceless person. But the intensity of those emotions, the love won't be felt here, but it will be felt there. And so you can tell if you're in love with this person or not in love with this person by focusing on how intense are these emotions of love inside of my dream. Those are always going to be the key. And honestly, in a greater sense, anytime that someone's asking me about interpreting dreams or how to interpret dreams, I always tell them, focus on the emotions. The literal details of the symbols will change, and they mean all sorts of different things. But if you focus on the emotions, emotions are the one thing that will be consistent throughout your dreams all the time. And so if you're feeling happy in a dream, that means happiness. If you're feeling sad in a dream, that means sadness. An alligator in a dream may mean 101 different things, right? So that's something very helpful and will show you whether you're in love with them or just having a passing fantasy. And finally, number 5, the most dramatic, the most sad, the most heart-wrenching of them all. You miss them when you wake up. Those dreams can be really, really amazing when you have them, but God, so painful when you wake up and you realize that feeling of loneliness that you have to come back to in your waking life. And so it's really your mind trying to create that contrast between the world that you want to live in and the world that you're currently living in your waking life. Again, my motto on this channel and the phrase that I hope sticks with you is your mind is not against you. It's just misunderstood. And it's not trying to be an asshole when it gives you images of this perfect sexual, romantic, loving encounter with that person that you've been thinking about. It doesn't want you to feel sad when you wake up, but it does want to show you the happiness that you could have. And sometimes that is in stark contrast with the loneliness that we feel every day when we wake up alone in our bed. Listen, I don't know who you are, right? But as a mental health counselor, as a psychologist, trust me when I say you deserve love, you deserve belonging, you deserve a place in this world. And if your mind is giving you these beautiful symbols, I don't know quite how that's going to work out, but your mind is encouraging you to say, you deserve to find love, you deserve to be happy. Take the steps necessary, make the adjustments in yourself to go be brave and approach that person, or to go work on yourself to be the kind of person who can be again in a relationship despite all of the trauma and the brokenness and the mistakes that you've made in your past. You're worthy and you're valuable, and I'm glad that you're here. Hit subscribe down below if you want to learn more about your dreams and what they mean. Thank you for following. Leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what's going on. More than anything, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.